How you doing? This is my friend Roy. Let me tell you something about Roy. I'm gonna do it in Spanish, but don't worry. I'm gonna say everything is. I mean,
Okay, I trust you. I
every
trust you that you're not
beautiful.
making fun of me.
Okay, I'm not gonna make fun of you. I love your hair. I love your hair on your face too. Don't worry. El brother acá, Roy, era jugador, IGL, coach, comentador, ha hecho un montón de cosas. Ahora mismo es. Sorry, bro. Are you the IGL of Renegades or not?
Yeah, I'm the IGL right
Of
now.
course, of course. También es el IGL de Renegades, un equipo que creo que entró hace unos mesecitos, ahora le vamos a estar hablando. El brother lo conocimos en 2017 con Miami Flamingos, cuando estuvimos allá en el norte y donde nos enfrentábamos al equipo que tenían a él, a French Canadians. Le voy a preguntar ahí un poquito más de estas cosas. Y nos estuvimos dando durísimo todo el 2017 y por eso le estaba haciendo la coña de, oh, ¿qué tal mi hermano? El que nos cagó a palos todo el tiempo el 2017. Mr. Roy, how you doing? Let's
Dude,
start.
I'm doing amazing, man. How are you
Yeah,
doing? Long time no see.
long time.
I miss you, brother.
I miss you too, man. I think that all the guys from Miami Flamingos and then Gale Force, we really missed that. I don't know how to say that era where we were playing in the NA, and I think that we're very good friends at the end of our journey over there with the Canadians, with the
For
actual
sure.
French Canadians. We met each other in Montreal, right?
Hmm.
We were
That's right.
witness when someone just knocked. You remember who, right?
Oh
You
my
remember
god,
that,
dude.
right?
I do. Oh my god, I do remember now. Dude,
That
I
was.
always forget about that story and then I'll remember it and I'll be like, oh my god, that actually happened. Like, what the fuck?
Let me tell
Sorry
you.
for swearing.
No. Swear whatever. I mean, I curse a lot. I'm Argentinian. Don't worry about it. Uh, uh,
Okay, okay.
but I'm going to try to translate a little bit every time that we kind of chat a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah. No problem, man. No problem.
Ok, el brother acá, estuvimos en una disco al final de la fiesta, lo que sería el after party de la... ay, no me sale. What the fucking tournament was? It was a Dreamhack.
DreamHack
Dreamhack,
Montreal.
Dreamhack Montreal 2017 y el jefe de la disco lo noqueó a... Who was the motherfucker? The caster. What was the name of it?
Oh, Sadicus.
Sadisk, sí, el sádico, el Sadisk, lo noquearon al lado nuestro. Roy was next to me and boom, we saw how to fucking knock the guy out, you know.
Dude,
But
that was insane.
that
That
was,
was actually insane.
bueno, nada, no, estamos recordando esa pequeña historia. So you tell me that you're fine, right? You transitioned from CS:GO when? When did you make the big step to going to Valorant? ¿Cuándo fue el cambio al Valorant?
Yeah, so pretty much, man, honestly, like as soon as I heard about, Valorant, as soon as I saw the trailers, as soon as I saw like the information, in my mind, I was like, I'm ready for this game, man. Like, I'm so ready for this. Like, I played so many games throughout my life. I've played Overwatch, I played, Counter-Strike, I've played World of Warcraft, League of Legends. Like, I'm familiar with the ability system, right? Like, I'm familiar with the FPS tactical shooters. Like, I have all the knowledge. I have everything that I need to be at the top. And then when I saw the gameplay, I was like, wow, this looks fresh. This looks familiar, right? Like kind of what everyone felt really when the game came out. And as soon as as soon as beta dropped, man, like as soon as I played the game for the first time, I instantly knew like this is definitely what I'm gonna be playing for a while. And I trust Riot, right? Like they've shown that they've done a pretty good job. Their communication has been
Awesome. Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So it's nice, man. Like I knew instantly, man. Like, as soon as I played beta, I was like, yeah, I'm probably done playing CS.
Totalmente. Bueno, lo que le comentaba era simplemente de cuándo es que él quiso hacer el cambio al Valorant y lo que me comenta es que apenas vio el beta, apenas vio el trailer, se dio cuenta que el Valorant era un lugar para él. Él tiene mucha experiencia, como Jaco estaba diciendo, en WoW, en lo que es Overwatch, en CSGO, de lo que hablamos antes, y por eso se transicionó y además confía en Riot, ¿no? Que es muy importante. Yeah, talking about that, you mentioned that you're very pleased with your publisher right now, the Riot, right? They sent the calendar. I think it was in November for the whole 2021, right? Or it was in December. The teams
For what?
for the whole calendar for the 2021 calendar. You know, I think it was on 2020 November, and we received at least myself. I received the whole calendar for. I mean, the schedule for the whole year. You know, with the Master One, Master Two, Master Three. It was pretty
Right.
crazy. I mean, we didn't receive. I mean, we never received anything like that from Valve, right? Except from the majors
Crazy,
finals.
man. Yeah, no, actually, the majors are like the only thing where like you hear anything from Valve. Besides that, though, like you won't hear from Valve at all.
No, you
Like,
you you were fed up with CS:GO? I mean, you were like,
I
okay,
mean,
that's it, or
I don't know if fed up is the right word.
okay.
I honestly just kind of like got burnt out on it. Like
Mm,
I was in it for a long time. I got, I admittedly I did make a lot of mistakes in that industry, right? I was a little bit
mm,
more, fresh to the esports industry.
mm,
I was in a different place in my life at that time. I
mm.
made a lot of mistakes both as a player and as a commentator. And honestly, man, I just like the amount of work that I was putting in just didn't feel like it was worth it anymore. And Valorant just felt like it was going to be a better place and a better opportunity for me to just like start fresh, learn from my mistakes and be like the evolved strong legs,
I,
so to speak.
I recognize you from CS:GO as a player slash coach that constantly was building and rebuilding teams. What was the process? I mean, picking new players, young players. I remember more than one time that I read a tweet from you like saying, there's a new challenge. Please, if you have between 14 years old and 20, just send me a PM. Let's try to do something from
Right.
zero, right, from scrap." Why
Yeah.
do you like that, or that was the way that you fit in the community or the scene in NA?
I mean, I think it was a little bit of both, right? Like I definitely enjoyed I enjoy building like young talent up, man.
Hmm,
Like, I feel like, the players who, started building at a young age, like Obo, for example. Like I've
hmm.
known Obo since he was like 13.
Crazy.
He was on adaptation back then.
Oh, I
With
remember.
you remember that, right?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, he was under the training from Jeremy 9000 and David, who was like
Mm,
ended up being the coach for like Order, or I
yep.
forget what Australian org it was. But yeah, see, like these players, like the players that start really young and don't make it through the FPL system first, like those are the players that actually end up having like the long term, super strong careers, right? Because they build their fundamentals, they build their team play, they grow up in like a team environment instead. They know like you can be held accountable, you need to learn, you need to like learn how to play as a team, like what it takes to play at a top level. Like that's kind of like what I wanted to do, just like help these kids, give them the tools, give them my knowledge, level them up a lot faster than they would on their own. Show them like, yeah, this game could be played in a different way. And that's kind of my thing. I just love building talent. I love helping people improve and learn and be kind of like better than what they were before they met me. But like, yeah, man, it's that, and like also obviously, I'm kind of like a how do I say? I'm sort of like a different brand in esports, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
everyone is obsessed with like 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old prodigies, right? But
Yeah.
I started competing when I was 23. So
Damn.
everyone was like, "Yo, you'll never make it. So
Old.
old."
Boomer. Boomer
Right,
detected,
right,
right?
right. Hey, I'm a new species of humanity. Okay, I'm a bazoomer. All right, I'm like a boomer and a zoomer at the same time.
29, 29. You almost reaching it to the 30.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Never felt better, man. Honestly.
Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, especially what I was trying to say before is like I see yourself like a beginner for a lot of people, but on top of that, for a lot of organizations too. I mean, they can build a team around you, and you prove, um, at least for me, one too many times in CS:GO at least. Are you doing the same for Renegades? Because I remember, I recall that they picked you after. Right? I mean, the team was built and they add you, right? Or you build
Yeah,
the team
exactly. No, I ended up joining them like 3 months ago.
three
I
months
don't even
ago,
know, man. Time
2021.
time is so blurry.
Yeah,
Yeah, like this year, like it was like 3 months ago. I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
So like yeah, they were struggling, man. They honestly Renegades they had like a really good run for a bit.
Mhm.
I think it was during first strike, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
They ended up beating Cloud9. They qualified for the close qualifier or like the main event at the time. And then they had a good run. They had their little fire run, and then after that, it's just like just trending downwards, right? They
Mhm.
had like some role conflicts. They didn't really have like a strong identity. They were like caught up in like, yo, we should be playing this way, but it wasn't working out. And they had Bergie at the time, who I'm not really sure what happened between them. Honestly, they
Mm.
never really talked too much about it, but it seemed like the IGL style and like not even just like their IGLing, it's more so like their offline time, like their server time
Mhm.
wasn't productive. Like
Mm.
it wasn't in a way that was like structured enough, you know? Like there's a lot of teams, man, that just play to play. It's just like nothing they do is recreatable. Like there's no process to the madness, right? Like there's no process to the chaos, so to speak. So it's like every time they play, it's just like they're always playing to win, but they can never recreate the conditions that are helping them win, right? So it's like
Totally.
how do you improve when you're just chaotic, right? And
I,
I
I,
think that was like one of the biggest problems with my team before I joined. Sure.
at least when we get into the NA, give me 1 second. Just wanna just recap this for the people that doesn't
Yeah, yeah, please.
understand full English. Vale, más o menos lo que estamos hablando es cómo son los inicios del señor Strongles, que en el CS:GO era conocido como alguien que pudiera ayudar a jóvenes promesas y que las pueda levantar y a organizar alrededor de ellos. Entonces, con lo que estaba comentando, él jugó con Nuevo, lo conoce de 12, 13 años. Luego, también ahora transicionó a lo que es el Baron, ya comentó sobre eso. Y lo que está mostrando en el Valorant, yo le pregunté si habían hecho el equipo alrededor de él o si lo habían llamado. Él me confirma que hace 3 4 meses entró en el equipo del Valorant de Renegades, había tenido un cierto éxito, como él comentaba en la First Strike, eso es del 2020, y que ahora habían tenido un poco de problemas. Y cuando él entra al equipo, lo que nota es que hay un problema en el tema de la práctica, no en el tema en el servidor, ¿no? Y ahora lo que voy a preguntar yo a continuación, más o menos, es por qué está el Puggy Style en NA y qué piensa él sobre eso y qué piensa sobre eso de a niveles de entreno y tal, ¿ok? Más o menos por ahí vamos toda la cosa. Y me gusta que le estén hablando. I wish I could speak Spanish. Yeah, bro. I wish that too, man. That was perfect. Okay, so um, one thing that I already told my chat, it was like I wanna ask you something that you mentioned, like you didn't directly mention, but you say that you didn't have like the process. I mean the team, but I think the region doesn't have the process on how do you say that, of officials, right? Training in the training methods do not have like a structure behind. And for me,
Right.
it's very weird to analyze a team as such as Sentinels or 100 Thieves the last time they were playing, and they were playing full puggy, like
Sentinels.
dueling. Yes, Sentinels and 100 Thieves too. I
Even
mean,
100 Thieves were fighting
even
back.
why was that? What's your opinion there?
Uh, so I have completely different opinions on both teams. Okay.
Okay.
I think 100 Thieves is really structured sometimes,
Hmm.
but like I actually just watched their VOD yesterday or like the day before yesterday. It was on Icebox, one of the games that I watched. And it was Sentinels versus 100 Thieves.
Hmm.
And dude, you're totally right, man. Like for me, Sentinels, I just want to give this disclaimer, okay? For me, Sentinels in North America is a mystery. I don't know how they win.
No coach.
Truly. It's not even about coaching, no coaching. It's just about like how do they win? I don't know. Like I really don't know. Like every time I study them, I think I know, but then I just watch and every game their win conditions are just completely different and I don't know how they win, but they just win every time. It's like maybe it's just their composure. Maybe it's just like the team environment is just so healthy that like they can just like they can all adapt. They're all like extremely adaptable. Maybe like I don't know, right? Like I truly don't know. 100 Thieves is a bit different in my opinion, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Like Asuna is a little bit like very aggressive and he does
Hmm.
take like a lot of the risks for the team.
Hmm.
But like like from the VOD that I was watching, like Steel was doing the same thing. Like dude, Steel was literally in a 5v5 just walking out belt, top belt, taking a 1v1 like several rounds. Like that to me is just like, it's very risky, right? To some degree. Like if you're confident, you're confident, I guess. But like these win conditions, like yeah, you get the kill, and then the next round you lose the kill. So it's like one
But,
round you're winning, one round you're losing, right?
what
Whereas like
would
when
you?
you peak,
Sorry,
go
sorry,
ahead,
sorry,
go ahead.
sorry, sorry. Sorry,
No,
we
no,
have
no.
we have the ping. Sometimes I don't know how when to
Hey,
get in.
it's okay.
Okay,
Don't
what
worry. There's no convo right now.
what I'm trying to say is like, why do you think that they changed the approach to the game, the 100 Thieves? But because I didn't analyze the match between 100 Thieves and Sentinels, but I did the what was 100 Thieves against MBS. That was the match they lost. I mean, they completely lost out of the tournament. I don't want to make a,
Let me see.
or
Yeah,
I
it was
think
against Envy.
it was against NB. And what I
Hmm.
was I was feeling about 100 Thieves, again, I just analyzed that game, maybe saw a couple minutes of the other games throughout the tournament, but what I felt is that they changed the approach. I mean, I talked to 100 Thieves analyst Joby,
Hmm.
and they actually told me that yeah, Asuna can do whatever the fuck because everybody can see that, right? I mean, Asuna is go free, go
Yeah.
kill, that's it. But the thing is, on
Asuna, go kill.
Sentinels, go kill, yeah, Asuna go kill. But then it was like they were trying to get to the Asuna's rhythm, but not to Asuna like get involved into the structural game that I'm used to, 100 Thieves. And I'm wonder why they switched. It was because it was so close against to Sentinels, and then Sentinels like they have this approach that is like wave duelist. It's like duelist is gonna attack first, and then 4v5 or 5v4, and then I'm gonna attack again
Right.
another wave and some waves, some waves. It's like they have I don't how to say this. It's like they have an approach that is like I can duel here and I'm gonna do it by myself. And if I die, someone is gonna catch my position. I'm gonna push through after 5 seconds when they think they're not gonna push from there. It's like waves and waves and waves. Not doesn't matter from attack or defensive side. But my question is why 100 things? Sorry, why 100 things? 100 things. So yeah, why 100 thieves change, or it was because they lost so heavy or so close to Sentinels? Do you think that it could be that?
Honestly, I don't 100% know. I think if I said that I knew for sure, I would be
Hmm.
lying. If I had to guess though, like I would say that maybe they kind of got into like a maybe Asuna felt like he had to overcompensate to win games, so he was kind of like loose, becoming a loose cannon. Like I'm just looking at the stats here, right? For
Crazy.
NV versus 100 Thieves,
Yeah,
and like dude, Asuna has 22 first kills and 13 first deaths. That's
crazy.
literally 12. That's almost double. Sorry, yeah, double the entire team's first kills, right? Like that stat is just fucking crazy. Like at what 30, what 35 rounds out of how many rounds were played? 24,
In total,
21,
yeah,
another 24, so at 48,
60 something.
uh, almost 70 rounds. Like
Hmm.
out of 70 rounds, Asuna was like a part of half of the results in the first kill, right?
Yep.
Like that alone is just an insane statistic. Like I've never seen anything like that personally. Like, and not only that, but he's still +9, even though he took 40, what, fucking 35 first fights, and he's still +9 on top of that. So that's like
Uh,
it's not even a 50-50 for him at that point, right? And if that's what your stats are, then you might as well just set him up for these fights and just let him kind of go crazy, let him do his thing, right?
but
But
don't you feel that watching this stats and only the stats? I mean, if you haven't seen this match, you will realize that it's something wrong with 100 Thieves, because they
yeah, there's
usually.
definitely a dysfunction for sure.
I mean, Ethan was playing with Sage. I mean, I know that he's playing with Skye, but they switch on the last time on the last tournament, and there was like it was crazy that, because I think that Ethan was doing okay with the Omen, but I think Nitro was an overall better Omen than Ethan. But the Ethan was reaching, like, how do you say this, extremos? How do you say extremos? It's like, the farthest sides of the map.
Oh,
I
extremities.
Yeah, it's like full A or full B. I don't know how to say fucking extremos. There's someone in chat who can help me. That would be great. Borders, or the no, how do you
No,
say
it's literally called an extremity, like
extremity? Okay, let's do
the
it.
lanes, the
The
sides of the
edges,
maps.
the edge. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it was like Ethan with the Sage pushing like a duelist with the Sage, and I talked with Joey, and Joey agrees that yeah, they were doing that with the Ethan because they think that it's like a duelist, but it's not a duelist, or not using an agent. How do you feel when teams there switch for the better agent for the map, but not the main agent for the main player? How do you feel about
What do you
that?
wait? What do you mean? What do you mean?
You know that some teams they say we need to play with Sage in bind, and someone is like,
Right.
I don't want to play with Sage, I don't want to play with Sage, I don't want to play Sage. We need to have a fucking Sage, but no one on the team is a main Sage. It happens a lot. It fucking happens a lot, and I saw that on Ethan too. How to manage that on what you do when you build the composition in Renegades?
So okay, for us personally,
Hmm.
we have Retro playing Sage, right?
Okay.
And now Winsome is playing Sage on Icebox now.
Hmm.
Um, the way I like to explain it is you should never think about what your title of your agent, like Sentinel, Duelist, Controller, Initiator. These things don't matter. Like
100%.
they really don't matter, right? Like the problem that I find with a lot of teams, and I think 100 Thieves are starting to realize this, is that like really the only valuable possibly agent on the team is the control if you're running a single controller, right?
Totally.
Like it really is like the only important, because once you lose smokes, it's kind of like holy shit, how the hell are we gonna get on a bomb site, right?
Hello,
But
Angel in Hello Angel in FPX. Like
yeah,
dueling with the only controller. It's like motherfucker, realize, please. Sorry.
yeah. There's so many rounds where I just see like Angel just like on icebox, just like lurk up by
Crazy.
himself and just die, and I'm just like, nah, they don't have any smokes. Like what the fuck, right? And it is what it is. But I mean, even then, like controllers also can't be too safe, right? Like if you find a favorable engagement, you kind of just need to take it at that moment, right? You can't
Hmm.
really think about your life. And I think 100 Thieves are kind of like tuning into this realization too, right? Is like no one's life is that important, really, if you think about it. Like yeah, the Sentinel dies on defense, you lose a little bit of gadgets. Yeah, the controller dies on defense, you lose smokes. Not really a huge deal on defense, right? It's like
Hmm.
Sage is not really like that crazy. Like you have a wall that gets broken eventually. Like once your wall is broken, or like once you're, running low on slows, like what do you really have? Like a heal with a 40-second cooldown? Like that's nothing, right? Like the
Hmm.
only time Sage should kind of be safe is with res,
With the
right? When you
rest.
have when you have the ulti. But even then, like you should be going aggro with a teammate at that point, right? So I think honestly, like I think 100 Thieves are realizing that, and the way that Ethan plays Sage is kind of the same way that Retro plays Sage for us. Like
Hmm.
our Retro is like hyper aggressive, right? Like we don't need him to play safe. Like he's one of our star players. Like I don't need you to play safe. Don't think that your life is so important that
Hmm.
you overthink your engagements. Like if you find space, take the space. If you know what I mean, just be smart about it. Like don't be stupid. It's like if you have alt, reconsider. Maybe let me push. You rotate instead. You know what I mean? It's
Totally.
like we kind of have like solutions for it. And again, we run Sage on like almost every map at the moment. We run it on Bind, Haven. We don't
Yeah.
we don't really uh we don't really run it on Split. We're running Viper on Split at the moment. We don't really play Ascent anymore, by the way, so that's outdated. And then we do run Sage on Icebox, and we are contemplating Sage on Breeze as well.
Damn,
So
on Iceberg you have 19. I'm just doing this from the first January 1st. You have 19 played on Icebox, but the same composition.
yeah, we just swapped the
Damn.
comp. Yeah, we just swapped the comp.
Whoa. You swapped
We
from
haven't shown the comp yet, but we
the
have
new one.
swapped it.
The new one.
The new
Okay.
one, the new one, the new one.
Enemies, rivals. Remember, this is not the composition. Okay, this is not the composition. Talking about this, are you're using double controllers? Because I don't see much that of in NA. Are you trying or willing to, I don't, this like post plan era where everyone is doing with the Viper that is broken and shit and the Astra? How do you feel about that on NA, going towards or
Double
not
controllers.
going? Yeah, double controllers.
So, uh, I like double controller.
Hmm.
I just don't think that double controller is it for my team on every map. We do run double controller on Split. I think it's the only map that we run double controller on. We might run double controller on Breeze. We're not really sure what to
On
do with Breeze,
split,
but
nice.
yeah. So we
Whoa.
run Omen and Viper.
Hmm.
We might swap to Astra though. We're not 100% sure. But yeah, like double controller is strong. I think like for me, like whenever I think about double controller teams, like the first team that comes to mind is T1. Like
Hmm.
T1 loves their double controllers. Like they'll
And
run that.
Sentinel. Double controls and Sentinel too.
What do you mean? They
Sentinel.
run like double sentinels?
No, 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 no.
Double
No, no.
controller with a sentinel.
Plus, yeah, plus a Sentinel. For me, was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. We had a joke on our team like every time we played 100 T1, like we called them the turtles, just because of like how
Slow.
fucking slow they play. It's insane. And it worked. Hey, I'm not gonna judge it. Like I joke about it, but it's their identity, right? It's like it's
Yep.
their style, and it works for them. And honestly, like I'm not even gonna lie, like their style is like almost a direct counter to like our style. Like they were the only team that I did not want to play in the qualifiers. Like I would
Oof.
play any other team. I'm not scared of Cloud9. I'm not scared of Sentinels. I'm not scared of like any team. But T1 is like kind of like our kryptonite. They play so slow, and they might be like the only team that has more utility than us. Like we can out utility anybody, but like 100. But the way T1 plays, like they just have so much freaking utility, man. Like if our pacing on attack is sloppy, we just get choked out by smokes. You know what I mean? It's just like
Hmm.
the way they play is kind of like really like rock paper scissors to how we play, and
Totally.
it works for them. But I'm really not 100% sold on double controllers. I feel like
Hmm.
it's pretty weak on a lot of the maps. Like it can be really strong on bind because it only has 4 lanes, right? There's like long B, hookah, short A, and
Hmm.
showers, right? Those are the only entries. So it's easy to choke points on that map.
Yep.
But like a map like, a map like Haven, for example, where it's like you can kind of like go anywhere the hell you want. It's impossible, and like the bomb sites are really simple. So even if we're going through smokes, like there's what 2 angles I gotta check,
Yep.
right? It's just like I don't think double controller is that strong. But hey, I mean, if they have a game plan, if it's their style, like it is what it is. But
T-
it's
you were mentioned that you have only 2 angles pretty much on every side on Valorant right now. Are you happy with the design of the maps?
honestly, yeah, I think I'm overall pretty happy with the design of the maps. I think there's only like one map, actually 2 maps that I'm just like, holy shit, this needs to change as soon as possible. But like one,
Which
Ascent,
ones? Yeah.
I really
Oh,
don't like Ascent. When you look at the map, it's so perfectly designed that it's actually insane.
Kosh, right?
It's
Kinda.
yeah, it's like it's kind of like Cash Dust 2 mixed,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like sort of like those 2 maps together, but like on paper, like when you look at it, it just looks so very well designed, good lanes, good rotation times, like everything is perfect. But when you throw in like utility, the map just gets really weird. Like one, I don't like that all of B main is spammable. Like what the hell is that about? Like why am I getting Odin spammed? Like it's literally the stupidest shit, bro. And it's like everything on the map is spammable. Like everything. Like mid is spammable. B main is spammable. Hell heaven is spammable. Like backside is spammable. Everything is why is everything spammable, bro? Why are we playing Paper Mario in Valorant, dude?
What do you think I mean, the designers thought about when they built the map like that? I mean, they thought that, well, oh, they're gonna have these battles on middle, because we're gonna have this approach more like CS:GO. They need to take middle control, so they have the long rotations and blah blah blah. Do you think like they were thinking about, ooh, the aims here? They're gonna send the Viper's wall in the middle, and they're going, and nobody's fucking fighting middle.
I have yeah, I have no idea what they were thinking, man. Honestly, I really don't. I think maybe they take like the agents' utilities in mind when they design these maps, and like I think to
Mm,
some degree they do want some agents to be better on some maps,
totally.
right? Like I don't think they're planning on like an agent being viable on every map. I don't think they want that. Like at
Mm,
least I don't feel like they want that, right? But I think maybe like Ascent was supposed to be like Sova's playground, where it's like, oh, I got wall hacks, let me just spam people everywhere,
100%.
right? But I mean, man, like B main, like the barrier drops and I die to an Odin. Like what the fuck is that?
Crazy, crazy. I
That
mean,
that, that shouldn't
do,
be a thing.
the Odin, I think that I see it a lot of in B main on Essen and also in Haven, right? They're playing on doubles, double doors, and then on maybe I think it was still playing on A, right? On Heaven A, or something like that on the heights. Do you
Mm,
see any other Odins players playing in other maps or other places?
no, man. 100 Thieves, 100
It's
Thieves are
only
like
100
the
Thieves.
what?
It's only 100 Thieves, right? With the
Dude,
steel.
yeah, yeah. There's another team that we scrimmed that had Odins. I think it was like Sentinels back when they had Sinatraa. I think if I remember
Mm.
correctly, he loved his
Yeah,
Odin in like garage and shit.
yeah, totally.
But dude, like I remember like scrimming 100 Thieves for the first time, and I was like, all right, we have bomb site. I'm running into hell to take a position hell on A, and I just hit a tripwire, and he just spams me from heaven, bro, through the ground, and I'm like, what the fuck is
That's
that,
crazy.
dude?
So
That's so
he's always there, or he's on the
yeah.
corner on the left, like is using the camera to bait, and he's always showing up like Toasty, like Mortal Kombat. But it's fucking crazy. He's still always playing the same position, and you actually get some success over there. But you mentioned Sinatraa. I'm not gonna talk about the issue, Don't worry, but we're not gonna get into nothing like. But I really wanna,
Preferably not.
preferably, I wanna ask you about this. Do you think that Sentinels with Sinatraa was better than Tenz, or they're better right now with Sentinels? This Sentinels era.
I think that their roles were better with Sinatra,
Mm,
but I think that Tenz is a lot better than Sinatra, right? And like
ouch.
sometimes skill doesn't outdo the role cohesion, right? Like sometimes
Hmm.
that is more important than individual skill.
Hmm.
But I just think that Tenz is just they kind of both have the same X factor, right? Like you can never predict what Sinatraa is doing.
Totally.
Sinatraa is just Sinatraa, right? And
Hmm.
Tenz is Tenz. Like you can't predict what Tenz is gonna do. So like they kind of like fill each other's shoes in that way. But I mean, the fact that Sinatraa played Sova for them and opened up Shazam to play Jet and
Hmm.
opened up Sick to play Phoenix and like opened up anyone to play whatever they wanted. I think that alone was pretty valuable when Sinatraa was on their team. But I do think that Tenz is a little bit better and a bit more consistent.
Would you change any other player rather than Tenz and put in Sinatraa if you could? You know what I mean? It's like,
I
do
see what
you,
you're saying.
okay, do you see a Sentinels where Sinatraa and Tenz play together?
I mean, I think the only way that could happen. No, I actually don't even think that could happen because Shazam IG, it's like Shazam and Zombs are kind of like their IGLs. So, I was gonna say maybe Shazam, like maybe you could replace Shazam with Sinatraa, but then like they would lose like a very important voice on the team. So like I don't think that would work out for them. But I mean, theoretically, if Zombs could step up to be the full-time IGL, then Tens would just take the Jet, and then Sinatraa would just be the Sova, right?
You
And
see
that
Shazam's a little bit off, right? Like sometimes I don't see like it's weird, but sometimes I think that like Tenz and Sinatraa, sorry, Tenz and Shazam like fighting for the same spot. Sometimes in
there's a
that
bit of role conflict for
it
sure.
is crazy because sometimes I feel when I start watching a Sentinels game, it's like okay, they have a jet. Oh, it's Shazam. Why? You
Yeah,
know,
it's
I feel like that.
yeah. There's definitely that's kind of like the role conflict that I'm talking about, right? Is
Mm,
like Tens tried to play Raze and just got demolished, and after that, he just never played Raze again.
mm,
I'm sticking to Jet, and I'm sticking to Reyna, and that's kind of like his strong suit.
mm-hmm,
And it works for them. It works for them. I can't hate on it. Personally, I'm not huge on Reyna in this current meta.
mm-hmm.
I think that Reyna is definitely like one of the weaker agents at the moment. Um, but I mean, at the end of the day, man, as long as you're shooting headshots, like you're winning games, right? So if people are to playing comfort, if people are playing to their element, like they're just gonna win. And it's hey, they're winning, I'm losing, so who the fuck am I to say anything, right? So keep it up, I guess. I'll keep learning from them to see what they're doing different than what we're doing, and then see who ends up being at the top at the end, right?
How do you feel that version one and Sentinels going to Iceland? Do you feel they're strong, that they can outmanage every other team on other regions, or do you
Uh,
watch any of the other regions, or you're
I
laughing?
do watch
Like,
some regions. I watch a lot of Europe. I watch a lot of North
okay,
America. I've actually like slowly been getting into Brazil too,
Brazil.
just because I see like they have like their own version of this game that they play
Mm-hmm.
down there. So I've been kind of like following that a little bit. And I will like tune into Korea here and there, but that's pretty much it, really. Just NA, EU, a bit of Korea, and a bit of Brazil.
And what do you think about them?
Which all of them, or
Yeah, I mean the regions. Do you think do you have? Can you do like top three regions in the world right now from
yeah,
what you see?
I think that Europe is a lot better than us.
Whoa, a lot
Uh,
better.
Yeah, like their style is just very different than us in NA. I just feel like a lot of the times the win conditions is how do I say random?
Random?
Yes, like the
Like
win condition is random. Like it every dude, I literally I will watch the same team play the same map 10 times, and every time it just feels like the win condition is very different. And like it's a mystery to me in North America. It's just like these fights sometimes don't make sense. Like people are still pushing in 5v4s. There's just like a lot of like risks and a lot of like this like weird play style that is happening in North America. I really also hate our compositions in North America. Like
why?
I don't know how the fuck people are still playing Jet, Reyna, Omen, Cypher and
Still,
winning games.
yeah,
Like how do they win with these comps, bro? There's no utility at all.
at all.
Zero.
Yep.
It's all mech, bro. All mechanical. That's why I think like NA just is not going to win, bro.
No,
Like
you didn't see it.
uh, I maybe if like people are popping off so much that they're just like brute forcing the EU team play and the EU utility. But like when I watch EU, man, like their utility just seems like
On
miles
point.
ahead of us,
Yeah.
right? Like EU, man, EU like they look very like brawly sometimes. Like they'll just
Mhm.
like damn, like these guys literally would just solo walk places and just like take a 1v1,
Mhm.
right? But then like when you like really examine it, it's pretty calculated, right? Like
Yeah.
they take map control. once they have like pressure on the map, like once people are scared of an A split or a B split, and everyone, you have the defense looking at all the choke points, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like now they walk in and take a 1v1 because they know the crossfires are like not really established, right? Like they know how to like set up the 1v1s. They know how to like set up the lurkers. They know how to like split properly. They know where to wait, how to abuse different. They know how to like their win conditions are like always adapting to the other team's comps, right? Like they have real concrete game plans, right? Like everything looks good on the EU side. Like their defense looks good. Yeah, it's a little bit like very mech sometimes. Like especially Team Liquid, man. Like when I watch Team Liquid, it's like
Oh,
I'm seeing Yampy and I'm seeing just Scream just take like fights left and right. You know what I mean? And it's like, hey, it's their style. Like I'm not gonna judge it. It does seem a bit. Personally, I'm not huge on like randomness like that. Like
mm-hmm.
I think people should be confident, right? Like
Of
if you
course,
have a
yep.
1v1, especially on attack, like but like on defense, like just taking like a long range mechanical fight when like your team is kind of like stacked in other areas of the map just feels really weird from my perspective. But I mean, maybe I have like maybe I'm missing like a detail in my knowledge that I'm just not picking up on yet that I need to pick up on.
No,
But
strong. You're going right, man. I watching the same. I know it's for the LVP, broadcasting here in Spain, and I have to analyze every fucking day these teams, and it's exactly what you're saying. It's like they're stacking on one side, and then suddenly Jumpy's doing some weird shit, trying to take a duel on other side of the map,
it's crazy,
and
bro.
extra sex, and they have some success because it's like you're saying in Europe, there's full on structure more than mechanicals, individual mechanicals such as in NA. I think that in this, how do you say, extreme, juke step push. I don't know how to say that in fucking English. Sorry, I'm not gonna use that word. Sorry, juke step push. I don't even know how to say that in Spanish. So, but I think if I have an extreme side, it's like a full on mechanicals individual. I think on NA, of course, like in CS:GO, like any fucking game, is I'm gonna fucking out manage you, I duel you, blah blah blah, fucking fire
Well,
powers on the top of, but I think on the European side is always on the structure, always on the structure. And I think Team Liquid have the no, I don't think it's the right mix, but I think they have the right players for like out.
a balanced approach.
Yeah, exactly, the European approach. What do you feel about Fnatic, and what do you feel about Vikings from Brazil?
I like Fnatic. I think they still need a bit more time to like really develop themselves. I like where they're headed though. I think their
Hmm.
roster is like super well rounded. I'm actually like always impressed when I watch them. Like they have individual talent that can pop off whenever they need them to pop off, right? Like if you're down or if you're in like a shitty 2v3 or 2v4, like you have players to depend on that will pop off for you, right?
Hmm.
Like
Turkey.
Durkee,
Yep.
yeah, Durkee is fucking
Amazing.
he's just insane. He's
Yep.
honestly he's insane. Boaster is obviously insane. Magnum is crazy on the Sentinel. Like what's crazy to me about Magnum Man is like his stats are like one of the highest like as a Sentinel role like
Yep.
compared to other people. Like 150 ADR on Killjoy, almost 150 ADR on Cypher. Like where the fuck? Who? Who can do
Who are
this?
you?
Like
Where are you
it's
from?
yeah,
Yeah.
literally, bro. It's insane. Like first kill, positive on the first kill, first deaths on both Killjoy and Cypher, which means like he's doing his job. Um,
It
like
reminds
I
me to Saif from Guild, that is the Swedish guy. But right now it's like no, it's not performing as he used to in late 2020 on the 2021. But I think it was crazy with the Cypher, crazy with the Killjoy, and it's always outdueling whoever wants to go to his realm, right? It's always fucking kill everyone. But I think it's like you're saying, Magnum and Durkee, the new ads from
bro,
Fnatic, amazing. But I think that
yeah, they're nuts.
I don't know. I was talking about this on the stream and the light. I think that Fnatic made the best addition to the roster in the world. I mean,
Who do they even add last? I honestly don't even know.
Magnum and Durkee, both at the
Oh
same
yeah,
time,
they
one
kicked
month ago.
Mo and T-Sac. That's
T-Sac.
right. That's right.
They were
Yeah, yeah,
good.
yeah,
They
yeah,
were
yeah.
good with Mo and T-Sac, but these two additions, I think they're the best
That's like
buys.
crazy, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, no, for sure, sure.
Can I ask you something about little, if you want, from Vikings from Brazil? Do you
Wait,
know
which one is Vikings again?
Vikings, Team Vikings, the one who won the Master 1, Master 2, the Argentinian IGL, on top of that, Sadak.
Dak, yeah, 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 yeah.
Crazy
I've actually
compositions, Yoru, Astra, Viper, dual information with Sova and Skye. Crazy.
Yeah, so Vikings. No, Vikings don't run Skye, I don't think.
Yeah, and on Ascent they were running Skye and Sova and anything else. I don't know. I
Okay,
remember right
okay,
now.
maybe they didn't run it on the last game.
Yeah, exactly. They were switching back to old composition,
Yeah. So I think last time I watched their finals with Sharks. That was like what, a week ago, 4 days ago,
Yeah,
5 days ago.
yeah, pretty
I
much.
don't remember them running. I don't think they ran Skye in that whole series, if I remember correctly.
You're right.
But yeah, like I do love. I think Yoru is like criminally underrated. I don't think they did not run Yoru. I'm looking at the stat
Nope.
page now. Like they did not run Yoru that one. But I think Yoru is actually like is really strong, man. I think his rotate abuse is probably like his best
Amazing.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Yoru is actually, calling me crazy, but I think Yoru is actually a lot better of a defense operator than Jet is. Like
Oof.
just your ability to get around the map and just like take a shot on this side and instantly teleport across and then go for a pick on the other side is just like is truly insane. I call it the Brazil Yoru. Like
The Brazil, you're
every
why?
because every time I think about opping Yorus, I just think Brazil. Like they do that a lot. Like
Hips.
they will. Yeah, man, it's clever, right? It's like it's
Totally.
intuitive in its own way. It's just like, dude, it's smart. Like you just rotate abuse with an like think about it in Counter-Strike, bro. Like you take an
Totally.
op shot and you run across the entire map and you're still catching people off guard, right? Like now add in a fucking teleport, bro. Like I'm teleporting across the whole map. And there's so many lineups that you could do too that just like get you into like craziest rotate timings, man. Like on Haven, on Ascent specifically. Like those two maps are really good for it. Split's also another map that's pretty good for it. I mean, I think Breeze is gonna
Breeze.
be like Yoru's
Yeah.
fucking playground personally. Um, but like yeah, like I really like innovation, man. I really like people like having their own identities and like playing their own playstyle. Like and no matter who it is. I do think that Yoru is still like a bit awkward currently in the meta, so I'm not sure if he's gonna catch on fully yet. But we'll see
You
what.
don't see if we're gonna see a lot of Euros on Iceland. You don't see that.
I don't think we'll see a lot of Yoru on.
So sorry, Mr. Japanese guy. We're not gonna see you in Iceland. Let me
Yeah,
let me ask you
unlucky.
something. Let me ask you something. You say
Sure,
something
sure,
that
man.
you like, blah blah blah. But how do you can brand the game style that Renegades has right now? So how can you see yourself in Renegades?
Like, what is our identity?
Yeah.
I think that our identity is we are hyper brawly and hyper like bully. Like, we will if we think you're somewhere, we will go to you.
Hmm.
Like, if we see that you have 3 people challenging a part of the map, like we will go fight you because we know that if the fight takes longer than 10 to 20 seconds, we're gonna have a lot more utility than you're gonna have running your shitty Jet Reynas and your shitty fucking Phoenix comps or Omen comps. Like, dude, there are still teams in North America that aren't running Astra. Like that to me alone is fucking insane. Like, how do you not run Astra on Bind and Haven, bro? It's truly mind-boggling. Like mind-boggling. Like she's insane, bro.
She's the
Astra
best
is just
controller for you?
crazy. I think Astra is the best controller, and it's not even
100%.
close. Like, obviously, like there are maps that she's not really viable, like as a solo controller at least. Like specifically Icebox, like her smokes aren't big enough, so it's like you can't really run her on that map as a solo controller. But like on maps like Haven and Bind, that where the choke points are tiny, it's just like, why? Why aren't you running her?
Do you see her in every double controller composition? They
I
should uh,
think,
they should add always an
yeah,
Astra.
yeah. I think every time we've run into a double controller comp, one of them has been Astra or like Astra Viper, Omen Viper, or like Astra Omen. Like dude, her like she just needs to get toned down a little bit. I think like the 12-second cooldowns on the suck stun just too little. I think
Hmm.
the suck needs like an 18-second cooldown. I don't mind the 5 stars. I don't mind like the sucks off off spawn. Like that's whatever. It is what it is. Like there's ways around it. It's not really a big deal, and it's not like we don't really get hard stuck to it. But like it's honestly insane that there are some teams that still aren't running it, and 100 Thieves is one of those teams, and I think it's just like it's a comfort thing. I think they didn't feel comfortable having Nitro swap to Astra just yet, but it's insane. It's crazy how they're not running it, to be honest.
You were fighting a lot with this Australian team called Soniqs, right?
Sonics.
You were meeting every goddamn fucking final or semi-final. I don't know the tournaments or was it tournament series. You're always
The
playing.
NSG Summers.
Yeah, you were always playing there, and then it's fucking Soniqs and aside and fucking Renegades. Thank you, by the way, because I'm how do you say? I'm having pretty much like 100% accuracy on votes. You know who's winning on the spike. Thank you both, because you always reach the fucking finals. It's like Renegades playing against who? I don't give a fuck. Renegade. Sonic is playing against who? I don't give a fuck. What do you think about them?
I love Sonics, man. I always say that Sonics reminds me of you guys. I feel like
Oh.
I get the same energy from them that I get from you guys. Same thing like with you guys, the Miami Flamingos at the time,
Hmm.
Gale Force. Same feeling that I got from ATK when they first moved here. It's just like they have their own style. They have their own like kind of like team play, their own like dynamic going on, and they're all like really fun, awesome dudes. So every time we talk to them, it's always like a good time, and it's kind of like the same competitive experience, bro. It's like when we play them, it's like they're friends, so it's like it adds like a fun element to it, right? Where it's like it's not just competitors, like we're friends, we can shit talk each other, but it's like fun shit talk, not like serious shit talk.
I
So it's like
remember.
it's
I
yeah,
remember. I was
it's
like,
fun, dude.
fucking Strongest beating us again, motherfuckers. And there was always, like Sonics, playing on the semifinals, always losing to fucking French Canadians again. You were with Sub Rosa, what was the player one?
It was
Who
me,
else?
Sabrosa, GMD, PL1, and
GMD.
Effie's.
And all these motherfuckers went to Valorant, right? I mean,
They're
it's
all pro
TS.
Valorant.
They're pro Valorant players, of course. Right now they
Mhm.
dropped player one, right? They were playing on version one actually, where he was playing there and
Yes.
he got dropped for Weepy, I
Uh,
think the Russian.
yeah. From what I heard, I don't think he like got cut. I think he just
Oh,
got burnt out on playing the game,
ooh,
and he wanted to take a break. I'm sure there's more to it. Like
mm-hmm.
maybe he didn't enjoy the team dynamic. Maybe he didn't like somebody on the team. Who really knows? But I don't think he got like cut. I don't think he got like benched or cut.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sorry, I have few words in English. I don't know many other words like saying
Oh, it's
he's
okay. It's
out of
okay.
the team. He's cut from the
He's off
team.
the team. Yeah, he's
Okay,
not. He
he's
stepped
not.
down.
He
Stepped down.
stepped down. Yeah. If I make a super match between Canada and US, who's winning? Fucking Canada, right?
So like we get
Valorant.
Canadian lineup.
Yeah, I think in this game, I see Canada being the favorite one here.
I can see it honestly. Like
Tenz, Warlock.
maybe like a little steel Sabrosa tens.
Yeah.
Throw in strong legs in there, of course. Who else? We gotta get a fifth Canadian. Who are we gonna get? I don't know.
You pick one. You have tons of great Canadian players. That's cool. Okay, so Canada could actually easily, in my opinion, beat US. Would you
I think
like
we could.
to? Would you like to see a World Cup, a Valorant World Cup?
No, I
Why?
hate World Cups and esports, bro.
Motherfuckers,
It's like
these fucking NA players.
no, it's not even just that. It's just like you butcher. Like it's impossible for us, dude. Like between like the like the schedule for our teams and
Hmm.
like streaming and like, dude, how are you gonna find time? Like, dude, my girlfriend literally lives right there. Like I can I can reach her computer. I'm touching now, and I don't even talk to her all day, bro. Like we don't talk to each other. You know what I mean? It's like, how am I gonna balance World Cup, that, and spending time with my friends and family, bro? It's literally impossible. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I don't want a World Cup,
I'm
dude.
I'm
Fuck a
picturing
World
I'm
Cup.
picturing yourself, like hey, fuck, I'm getting into Valorant. Okay, girlfriend, let's do a list. One, two, three. Where should I put girlfriend? Okay, girlfriend is first, of course.
Girlfriend is
Valorant.
first. Valorant is like the title, and then girlfriend is first. Not just kidding.
How's her name? What's her name?
Her name is Mel.
Mel.
Yeah, you
Ah,
know C9
she's
Mel?
Mel. Okay, Mel. Okay, that Mel. Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
her. She's doing great, right?
Yeah, she's doing amazing, man. Her career is going extremely well. Her brand is exploding. People love her. I can't blame them. I also love her. Um, and yeah, man, like she's just doing well in all aspects. Right, her streaming is doing really well. Her team is doing really well. They win every female tournament. I'm actually excited to see her play on like the international stage because I don't really know many good female teams. So I want to see like who's the best of the regions.
So how is the relationship with the girl that is also a professional player in the same esport? It's something special? Do you talk throughout the day or after when you finish, or you have some kind of agreement that say no fucking Valorant after
Don't
we
talk to me.
no,
Nah.
if I lose a game, how do you manage
Yeah,
that?
honestly, like, bro, there is no manage. There's no balance. Like,
Okay.
we don't even see each other or talk to each other, and we literally live in the same room.
Hmm.
I think like the only downside of like a gamer couple,
Yep.
gamer couple.
Gamer couple,
Everyone is so obsessed
first
with that
time that
shit.
I do gamer couple.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah. I think the only downside is like when we're in the same room, it's like I'm yelling and she's
She's
yelling, and
yelling,
like
yeah.
both our teams hate the other person because like they can hear us yelling in the background, you know? So it's like we need to like move out of the separate rooms. Gamer couples are all fun and games until you guys are on competitive teams, and then it's a
Mm.
fucking crazy experience. Let
Yeah,
me tell you.
because especially you're not just a gamer couple, you're a professional gamer couple.
Yes.
PGC, if you wonder.
Yeah, but yeah,
PGC, you know,
the
PGC.
PCC.
I don't
Eh,
know.
Yeah,
Fuck.
exactly. Maybe if you're just like casual gamer couple, it's sick because
Yeah.
like none of you guys needs to be on
Do
a
you wanna
calls and like
play? Yeah, I like to play Super Mario. You know, fucking.
yeah, Super Mario.
Yeah, that's easy going, but you're fucking hardcore. It's not the same.
Uh, yeah, no, it's different, man. It's like especially like because I don't use push to talk. I hate push to talk. I can't use a
Okay.
push to talk and play. It's hard for me personally. I don't know how people do it. But like my teammates will be clutching and Mel will be yelling, but I can't hear Mel.
Yeah.
Right? I can't hear her, but my teammates can hear her. And like my teammate's trying to clutch and he just hears Mel like yelling in the background, right? And it's just like, dude, I'm so sorry, guys. I can't hear her. So like now I'm just like every time my teammates are clutching, I'm just like, oh, mute. Oh, unmute. All right, sick guys. Good job, yo. Good clutch. It's like
Good clutch. Yeah, good
it's
clutch. Yeah,
scuffed,
yeah.
man. It's scuffed, dude.
Fucking
But
crazy.
yeah, I think the other downside, man, is like our days off are like not aligned. So like when I
Ooh,
have a day off, she doesn't have a day off, and like we can go like weeks without like hanging out. Like
damn.
our hangout time is like 2 to 3 hours at night when we're like
Chill.
chilling, watching anime. You know, like anime and chill.
You recommend some fucking good animes. This gentleman recommend me Jujutsu Kaisen, and the other one is Tower of God. Fucking amazing anime, gente. Si no vieron Jujutsu Kaisen, mírenlo. Este señor fue el que me lo presentó. Y también Torre de Dios, Tower of God. Amazing. Fucking Tower God creator is sick. He's not doing anything,
So good.
since like no, what's right actually say is like he's actually passing through some sickness, some heavy shit, and he's not
Oh, he's sick.
yeah, he's not able to keep writing the thing. I don't know, being stopped from like a year and something like that, because the anime was like, the first season amazing. What a fucking final. Okay, sorry, we were talking
No, it was
about.
insane.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
yeah,
I,
yeah.
I, I'm gonna, I'm
Don't
gonna.
let's not go
No,
down the
no,
anime
no,
rabbit hole. Don't go
no,
down
no,
the
no, no,
anime
no.
rabbit hole.
I'm gonna invite you. I'm gonna invite you another time to just talk about anime because I am a
Anime.
fucking.
Yes, I'm
I
so
love it,
down,
man.
dude.
I love
Let's
it, man.
go.
That's cool. Okay, but it's no. This is Valorant. We are a serious person here. Okay, come on. Okay,
Okay, okay.
so how do you feel about Renegades going to the second? How do you say half of the year? What is the next objectives for Renegades? Of course, trying to qualify for championships. But what else do you have for Renegades?
Oh man, honestly, like our goal right now is nothing like crazy. Our
Hmm.
goal is just to be a top 8 team at the moment. We just want to be a top 8 team. Once we're like an undeniable top 8 team, then we'll reassess and see how we can move to the next level. I think honestly for us right now, the main I guess like our focus is like starting to add like little layers to our playstyle, right? It's like, like sometimes we're maybe too aggressive or we're playing a little too fast, right? It's like now we gotta start like learning how to like throw in lurk or like throw in the pace, throw fakes, like just like slowly like layer on our
Building,
playstyle
yeah.
just so we have like different looks. I think for me though, like personally, like my goal, I think that a lot of teams should strive for, and like it's kind of like one thing that I want to strive for is I want to be able to tell my teammates like we should have 2 or 3 comps that we can play on every map. Like
Oof,
we should
yeah.
we should be able to swap out 1 or 2 agents like at any point in time, and it's like still function perfectly, right? Because like I think that's kind of like the next evolution of the game, right? Like
100%.
you can't run the same comps
Nope.
against different, like, dude, there's a lot of like, believe it or not, I know Riot says, oh, like there's no rock paper scissors, we don't want agent counter, but like there
it
are
is.
counters. Like
Yep.
Sova can break gadgets. That is a counter, right?
Mhm.
Like slows. That is a counter. Like being able to,
Yeah.
destroy certain things is a counter, right? Like not letting Reynas and Jets find fair fights. That is a counter in
Mhm.
itself, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
like I think honestly like the next like if a team in North America really wanted to dominate, I truly believe that like if you can learn how to identify the win conditions of the enemy team and be able to minimize their win condition by swapping the comps around, I think you will honestly just be one of the best teams in the region.
100%.
I think for us, like why we haven't fully started this process yet is like my teammates don't have like you know major winning experience in Counter Strike. Like we still have like fundamentals to get through, right? We still have like team play to get through, fundamentals. Like we still have calm breakdowns and team play breakdowns. So we're not at the level yet in which like we can like start to experiment with crazy ideas. Like we slowly are like on some maps. Like we have a Viper and a Sage comp on buy now that we can like change whenever we want. We're slowly like integrating these things, but I do think that honestly, like that for me is like when I know that we're a good team. Like when we can play any comp and be like perfectly functioning.
100%. I mean, I think it's important. I think one of the few teams that I've seen been doing that, like slowly being reaching that point, is Vikings on Brazil. You can call me biased because I know Sadak is a friend, is playing over there, but he's fucking winning Master One, Master Two. And he used
Hey,
to.
it speaks for itself.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, facts, stats. That's it. I'm gonna finish this interview abruptly, not abruptly, because I'm gonna ask for my chat for a couple questions directly for you. I always do this in
Oh
any
yeah, yeah,
interview.
yeah.
So, voy a hablarle directamente en español. Brother, escúchenme. Si quieren escribirle en inglés a Strongless, directamente pongan la pregunta aquí. Si no saben lo suficiente en inglés, pueden hacerme la pregunta a mí en español y pasársela. I think you already have some couple questions over there, so if you want to pick them up, just pick and answer them, no problem. Do you think the pace in which Riot release new agents can affect the goal of a team to master many compositions? That's a fucking great question.
That is a great question. I think that actually like even works in my favor, right? Like I have more agents to play now, so it's like if I think that Grenadier or the hell the next agent is going to be called, it's the new Sentinel. I think is the rumored release. Like if I think Grenadier is going to be better than Cypher or Killjoy on Haven, or like let's say they have a Jet, but Grenadier has a trap that doesn't let people get through, like some counter to Jet, right? Like I'm gonna be able to pick that up and apply it, right? So it's like. I'm not really intimidated by changes. I embrace. I prefer to things to be added to the game and things to be modified constantly. That way, I can just keep innovating and find something that like really fits my style, right? So it's yeah, I'm not really worried about that.
Cool, cool. You can read them if you want. You can pick the question. There's one here
Yeah,
that says,
I'll just go down the list, honestly.
yeah, they saying like they need to know if you speak some Spanish. Do you speak some Spanish?
I do not speak
Come
Spanish. I only know
on.
a couple words like
Which
hermano.
one?
That's every time I think
Oh,
every time I look at Kami,
hermano.
I think that.
Yes. Any other
uh,
other words that we taught you on back in 2017?
no, I can't say that on stream, man. I can't say those
Oh,
words that you
oh
guys
yeah.
taught
Sorry,
me, bro.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't want you banned. I don't want my channel to be banned too. Sorry. But he knows hermano. Hermano is very good. That's cool.
Yes, yes.
Piernas fuertes. Yo, you remember
I
your nickname?
I know Piernas Fuertes, of course, of
Cool, cool.
course. Honestly, I feel like I would learn Spanish quickly though, because I do speak French
Yep.
and I do speak Arabic and I do speak English, and English and French are Latin American derivatives.
You're in
So
Ramadan,
not Latin
right?
American.
Are you in Ramadan right now?
I'm not Muslim.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't. You speak Arab? Sorry, my bad. Noobs.
It's
I'm a
okay.
fucking noob. Sorry.
Ignorant. Nah, I'm just
Ignorant.
kidding.
It's a bless.
Yeah, yeah.
I have
I'm
much.
not honestly. Even if my family was Muslim, I wouldn't practice it.
Okay.
Not because Islam is terrible. It's just I'm
Mhm.
not a religious person
Cool.
personally.
Me too.
Uh,
So
yeah.
I'm
I prefer
atheist.
learning from all religions
Yep.
than one religion.
Cool.
So, but that's my thing.
Hot topic. Let's
Hot
talk
topic.
about religion. Yeah. No.
No. Let's move on.
Let's
So,
move on to another question. Just.
what do you think about Virtuoso? Virtuoso, they're like one of the teams that we lost to that made me so fucking mad that we became a 10 times better team. I never lost to them ever again though. Now we just shit on them every time. I like the ideas of their comps. I just don't think that they get the respect that they need to make the comps work. Like they run like a triple controller on Haven, and we just roll them every time. So I'm not really sure what the idea is.
People is
What do you?
asking about your beard.
My
How do you
beard.
beard care routine? I like that because you have a strong, heavy beard.
Listen, I will tell you guys the best beard care routine. Okay, don't care about your beard. That's the fucking beard care routine. Just let it do its thing. What do you think about
Free the
post plant
beard.
meta? Yeah, free the beard. Don't touch the beard. Let the beard be. I mean, what is a post plant meta? I don't. I've never even heard that word before. Like, is that a thing? People, is there a post plant meta?
At least in Europe, there. Sorry, we come from from CS:GO. I mean, strongly as myself, and at least for me, it's a little bit silly to talk about this post-plant meta. It's like, yeah, motherfuckers, they're gonna plant, and we don't have a contract against a molly, so yeah, of course. They're here
Oh,
on
okay,
Europe, they're
okay,
rushing.
okay. I
Yeah,
see.
that's what. Yeah, they call here like post-plant meta.
I honestly only see that being relevant on one map from the VODs that I watch, even from
Vine?
Europe, and it's Icebox, right? No,
No,
I
on
don't.
Vine too.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, on Vine, yeah, on Vine there's some.
Fanatic is abusing about that all the time. But yeah, what do you think about it?
Um, it's definitely a little weird for sure. I think that like, I think you just that's just a win condition, right? Like,
Hmm.
I think it is strong, and I think it's very cheesy. But I also think that if you recognize like this is how they're playing, like they're falling off the bomb site instantly, and like they're going back into post plants, and they're just falling off, and they're sitting on their lineups, right? Like short A or long B or whatever. Like that's just a win condition that you have to
Yep.
recognize as a team and like up the speed, right? Like if you up the speed on a retake, you can't really do anything about it, right?
Yep, because they
So
are separate, right? We had someone in the back and someone in the front. If you play like that, they have so much setups on post plan, and you outrun them by speed, and aim, like you're saying, taking the duels, right?
sure, man. I do think that there should be some counter to mollies, though. I think that's a
Mm,
little outrageous that there actually isn't. Let's see. Let's go down the list here. Would you like a league system like you have in LOL, like an exclusive system? Um, I think I would. I actually prefer like this hybrid weird style that we're going through right now. I think this hybrid style that we have going is pretty fun. Like, dude, like I because of these systems, like I know everyone. Like if I
totally.
was in like an exclusive system, like a franchise, so to
Yeah.
speak, I wouldn't know anyone from the scene. I would only know the top pros, right? Like
Yep.
I wouldn't know who the T2 players are. I wouldn't really like know anyone. So like personally, I'm huge on community, man. I love community. I love competition. So I love knowing like the T2 players and the T3 players. That's really fun for me. So I would like to be in a franchise system, but I also would not like to be in a franchise system.
Hmm.
Maybe like some like middle ground would be best.
Hybrid. Yeah, and
All
some in
right,
the middle. What?
next question.
What do you think about Breeze?
I just played Breeze yesterday for the first time in Pugs. I think the map has potential. I just think that I'm not really sure how to even approach the map at the moment, so I can't give you like a concrete opinion. I do like, I honestly like, I really like how spacious it is. It
Yep.
minimizes utility a lot. It's a lot more like gunplay than anything.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, maybe somebody gets like a crazy comp on it and proves me otherwise, but it seems like there's a lot of like mech and a lot of like mechanical resolution. So that's nice change of pace in my opinion. Can't have every map being a freaking bind, being choked out by Viper Astra the whole game.
Cool. One last question from the chat, and then I have two questions, important ones.
All right.
So take one.
Okay.
Take one. Sorry,
Do I
guys.
choose one? Do I choose one? Let's see.
Choose
Let's
one.
see.
Choose
Let's see.
one. Yeah. I have one here in Spanish. I'm just gonna tell you this one. I don't know if you wanna pick with this one, but it's
Sure,
why
sure.
NA took Astra and Skye so late, or just in the case of 100 Thieves, they didn't change the classic for us, so to speak. It's like why they
What do you mean?
why they haven't switched to Astra and Skye, or why they were so late when they start doing that.
Well, yeah. So the Sky thing, I'll start with the Sky thing.
Yeah.
The Sky thing is understandable. I feel like Sky is not an agent that you could just pick up and play, right? Like Omen, you could do that, right?
Yep.
Like Killjoy, you
Easy.
can do that. Like Sage, you can do that. Phoenix, maybe not Raze or Jet because they're very particular with the movement. But like a lot of agents, you just plug and play, right? Like I
Hmm.
can literally I can play, dude. I can pick up Viper and be the best Viper player in like a week probably. Like she's just that like there's just some agents that are much easier to play. But
Coming from
Sky,
CS:GO. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not just it's not even about CS:GO. It's just like, dude, her utility is just so easy. I don't even have to. I just drop it and like you don't even need to interrupt my gunplay. I just press a button and I got smokes. Fucking awesome. But
Easy.
like, yeah, like Skye is very different, man. Like Skye's barrier to entry is so much harder, right? Like knowing how to use the utility, knowing how to use flashes, knowing like dude, when I first started playing Skye a lot, I was watching like some, I'm not gonna call them out, but like I was watching some pro teams play Skye and I was like, oh
What
my
is?
god, their util with Skye is dog shit. Like they're lucky this guy can aim, but like the util itself is actually trash. Like
Okay.
their alt use was really bad, the flashes was really bad. You know, they weren't like managing their bird economy well at all. Like there's just so much like room for improvement, and it is getting better. Obviously, there's a lot of pretty good skies now in North America, thankfully.
We're gonna after this interview, we're gonna do the guide, your guide from YouTube, because I think it's the best guy, best Sky guy in the
You think
world.
that?
Yep.
No, no way. You think that?
Why not?
Really? You think it's the best sky guy
It
in the
is.
world?
It is. I mean, you have 9 tips, and I think when I start watching, it was like 30 minutes, motherfucker. We have 9 tips for you. You can be better, Sky, in the server. Blah blah blah. And I was like, whoa, okay, this is very didactical. I don't know how to say that in English. When you
Detailed?
sorry.
Detailed.
Yeah, it's not detail. It's didactical. Let's try to write it down here. Maybe you can understand it.
Tactical.
Didactic or didactic? I don't know how to say it. It's like
Wait.
Didáctico. That's didáctico is in Spanish. Motherfucker, didáctico. A ver.
Okay,
Motherfucker.
didactic. Didactic. Okay,
Didactic. That's a fucking English word,
that is
motherfucker.
an English word.
I was
Hey
saying
man,
it.
listen, I don't use every word in the dictionary, bro. Okay, listen, I can't blame you for that one.
Je n'ai pas français. Okay? I don't speak French. Okay. Yo.
No, it is very detailed though. It is
It's very
honestly
dealer.
like I did not hold back, bro. Like I gave everyone all the secrets. Like, I taught
That's
everyone everything.
that's the
Like
key.
I have
That's the
evolved
key.
since then though. I have some new tech flashes that I've not leaked. I've been trying not to use them too much in the low tier tournaments, but I'm gonna pull them out hard in the new tournaments when we're playing them.
That was one of my fucking questions. One of my late questions. I have one more really good question from Nosworth. He's playing Furia, one of the top 3 teams in Brazil. He's a friend of mine, and he asked something that I really want to know. And I think that I couldn't miss this question. It's like team routine and work ethic in Renegades, of course. What's your routine?
Our our routine, like
Yeah,
for our
schedule.
team
Like
specifically,
yeah,
like for
exactly.
me, or for the
No,
team.
no, for the team, for the team.
Okay.
Team
So
routine and work ethic. Yeah.
so we play 5 scrims a day.
Uh huh.
We have about an hour, sometimes up to hour and a half of server time.
Hmm.
And then we'll have like 30 minutes at the end of the practice that we talk about like, all right, what the fuck's going on? Why is this bad? Why is this good? Like what do we need to change? What can we do about this? How are we getting abused? Can we counter this abuse that we're receiving? Um and that's honestly like pretty much it, man. Like I pretty much like do all of, like the hard work for us. Like I will
Do you have a
be
coach?
we do have a coach.
Okay.
He's more of like an analyst coach. Like he's more
Okay.
about like data and more
Yep.
about like figuring out like, okay, we suck on pistols, we suck on this map, we suck on defense on this map. Let's figure it out. Like he doesn't have like crazy experience or anything,
Hmm.
but I mean he helps a lot, man, in that aspect.
Hmm.
But in terms of like strategy and like structure, that's like I do almost like all of it pretty much.
You were
Uh,
a coach too. I mean, you are. I mean,
I was a coach.
of course. I
Yeah,
mean.
it's like we already have like in my opinion a very limited amount of time, right? Like we have
Hmm.
5 scrims with an hour break plus 1 hour server time. That's like 7 hours a day.
Hmm.
That to me that doesn't feel like enough. So I will make sure like as soon as we start offline, I already have like 4 or 5 things that I want to like implement or fix or talk about or like resolve. Like all our defense. I think there's like a few setups that my teammates will bring, but besides that, it's like all our defense setups, all our defaults on attack, all our strategies have been like pretty much just like me like opening up Valo plan and just like thinking about how to break the meta or how to break the game pretty much.
What expects from your teammates then?
Honestly, they can do whatever they want. I'm here to be the best in my role and I'm here to be
Hmm.
the best in the team and I will do my job and I just expect them to show up to practice and play their best.
And
If
have
they want
a
if they want to do more, then they can do more. If they don't want to do more, that's on them also.
smile. And a
What?
smile too, right? I mean, I
And
have good
smile.
and good how do you say environment, right? I think you expect that.
Yes, exactly.
Do
We actually have a pretty healthy environment overall. Like
Mhm.
I will troll yell at them, but like it's not ever like that serious.
You are the adult, right, in the team? The
I am
adult,
the
right?
father. I
You're the
am the
father.
father. I am
Okay,
the
okay,
father.
okay,
I
okay.
have to be the bad father and the good father at the same time, which is weird.
Damn, bad and good police on the same
I gotta
engine
be,
here.
I gotta be a good cop and the bad cop, man.
But yeah, good cop and
I
bad
gotta
cop.
yell at them like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Yo, good fucking shit, dude. Keep that up.
Of course, man.
I gotta do both.
I'm fucking Latin, man. I'm feeling the vibes already. Yo, why did you pick Skye? That was one of my final two questions. Why the fuck you pick Skye? Why is such a perfect way in your way or DNA and how to approach the game? Why? Why Skye?
Skye is everything that I need in an agent. I have flashes that I can use for myself and my teammates. I have a fucking team heal. I can heal anyone. I have an information gathering tool that is like twice as fast as a Sova drone, so I can get info significantly faster. And I have an ultimate that is 6 orbs and is, in my opinion, one of the best. I mean, best in the way as in like I could just use my ult and I'm getting some value out of it no matter what. But there's scenarios where like I use my ult and like we are winning the scenario 100. Like there's just nothing to it,
Th-
you know?
It's a few of ults out there that while the ult is working on it, you can kill and get some orbs while you're doing
Yes.
that, and that's fucking crazy because you don't do that. You don't get that with I think the 95% of the agents because
Yeah, man.
your ult is helping you reaching new orbs by killing the opponents. It's that fucking crazy. I've been thanks to you, and I mean I've been working my main Skye since last 2 weeks, and he's so beautiful agent. It's my favorite
It's
agent.
insane, bro. She's so strong. It honestly makes me sad that like not a lot like there are more people picking her up now, but it does make me sad that like no one saw the dude. You know what's crazy? Like when I started playing Skye, no
No
one was
one,
playing Skye. It's zero
no
percent
one.
pick rate in every region.
Yeah,
Europe, North
yeah,
America, Korea, Brazil.
totally,
No one was
totally.
playing Skye. And I was like, guys, Skye is the best agent in the game. And everyone was like,
Yep.
Stronglands, you're fucking stupid. You're
Trolling.
crazy.
You're
I
trolling.
got bro, I literally got roasted by all the pros, like literally just roasting me on Twitter. I'm not even trolling. Like everyone was roasting me.
Do you
Like
consider you're the
everyone.
best guy in the world right now? Come on, give me that Tyson vibe.
I'm not the
Fight it.
best in terms of like raw stats and consistency. 'I'm the best when it comes to the util.
100%.
Like I think my util with Skye is like months ahead of anyone else in my opinion. Like I sounds cocky, sounds arrogant maybe,
Yeah.
but I think that my Skye util is like months ahead of everyone else. Like, bro, I have flashes that I do that like no one has even fucking thought of yet. I can't wait to show that. But like, I don't want to leak it too much. I want to abuse first, and then I'll leak.
Okay.
But
Are we having
uh,
a second part from the Skye guide?
yeah, I will like once like people are starting to realize like holy shit, he's doing these new types of flashes.
Then you're gonna
Then
do it.
then I'll start to like tell people about it. But for now, I'm just gonna keep it low key.
Okay, okay, okay.
But yeah, dude, going back to the alt though, man. I talk about this on my team all the time. I'm the bomb. I'm like the bomb asshole, right? I always have the bomb. You know, so I guess it's just my job somehow. But I have the spike, and I always farm the orbs also. So like I'll get like 5-6 ults a half on attack.
Like
That's
Phoenix,
so crazy.
kind of like Phoenix, right?
Yeah, kind of like Phoenix, but less selfish. Like, dude, when you get an ult with Skye on attack, like if you use it properly, like you win everything. Like if you're hitting a bomb site, you're winning it. If you want to clear like map control, like let's say we lost a player and like, we don't know if there's lurkers on this map part of the map, and like we like Bind is a perfect example. Like, all right, we're hard pressing B, right? We're 4 people pressuring B, and then like, our cipher dies at A. Like now we know like okay, they're definitely shifting over towards the B site, but we don't know where this fucking lurker is, right? Like
Totally.
walk into market, below ult, bro. Like
Beautiful.
instantly clear the lurker. We have bomb site free. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, dude, like her ult is like crazy strong.
Yo, first of all, I love you, man. I love you since 2017.
Hey man, much
You're
love, man.
gracious and you have this fucking humor I love, and I think that's kind of Montreal thing, right? Like dark humor.
I'm not French Canadian, by the way.
You know what? Who the fuck are you then? Where
Yeah,
you come from?
I actually learned French in Lebanon, not in
Ooh,
but
nice.
I speak French and I'm Canadian, so technically I'm French Canadian,
You
but I'm
keep
not French Canadian, French Canadian.
Okay, okay, okay.
I'm not like Quebec, Montreal.
But you're born and raised in Lebanon?
I was actually born here. It's complicated, but I was born here, and then I moved back to Lebanon, then moved back, and then moved back, then moved back, and now I'm here since then.
Amazing. You have a very
Um,
different angles to watch the world. I like that.
yeah,
I really
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that. I know, I know.
I definitely have a different perspective for sure.
Totally. But I mean, I like you, and I love what you do in Valorant. I think that your career is going up, and I love that. You know, my generation, 2017 with Miami Flamingos. And I only have one more question. So it's the same question I ask to every guest that I have here. It's a little bit
Hit me.
weird one, but I wanna hear it. Imagine that you don't exist right now, okay? And you can reborn in any esport player ever lived. Which one would you pick?
So I can be born into any pro.
Any pro.
Ooh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one.
Mm. It can be in FPS or it can be an RTS or whatever the fuck.
Honestly, I never really thought about that.
Ooh.
Let me think about this. Let me think about this.
Okay, okay, okay. Le estoy preguntando con quién, a quién renacería si él no existiera. La misma pregunta que le hago a todos.
I think I would be Faker.
Oh, damn! Second time that I fucking hear that.
Bro, Faker is legendary, man. I had a friend
Faker.
who lived in Korea. He was a teacher, and he would just be walking around in random cities, and he would just see like billboards of Faker. Like he was legit. Like a country celebrity, bro. He was like the national hero. It was
He's,
crazy to think
it's
about.
like 10 years in the future, right? Korea.
Right, dude. They're so like I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck we're doing in North America, but we gotta wake up.
Let's fucking go to Korea, man.
No, I mean it's very different over there, bro. It's so different.
Totally, totally, totally. So, my man, sad times. I have to say goodbye. I know that you
Yes,
have a
sir.
schedule. I
Love.
know that you have a training. I wanna let you go. But if last words you wanna say, the last meal, no.
I love you guys. Thank you for having me, Kami. Always a pleasure, brother. Hopefully, until next time. I know you and I will. We don't keep in touch much, but the friendship is still real, no matter what. So
100%.
thank you for having me. I appreciate talking to you as always. Everyone in here, thank you guys for being so nice, and thank you for the thoughtful questions. I love seeing the passion. El pasión. I
La
love seeing that
pasión.
shit. So thank you guys for sharing that energy with me. And honestly, man, like shout out to whoever is here supporting, whether you speak Spanish or you're not a native Kami watcher. Thank you for guys for being here. Thank you for the support. And I love y'all, man. Thank you so much.
A lot of kisses for you, my friend. And
Mhm.
I wish we can see it again. And I'm sure we're gonna see it again. I
For
know, I
sure, man.
know. And I wanna invite you to next time, maybe 6 months, to see how your team develop. To see if we're cursing and someone is nerfing Skye. We need to go and have this ninja tactic inside Riot and kill someone. If someone dares to do that to our fucking beloved Skye. And anything else is just too much in this interview. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Strongless. Piernas fuertes. Until the next time. A little
Boy,
kisses,
until
brother.
next time, man. Bye, bye,
Chao,
bye.
chao. Lo dejamos